Before I start, Merry Christmas to all of you, and happy, healthy, and very prosperous promotional New Year to you, all those who are expecting IT and medicine, and neither of these, there's a class, neither of these administrative field. Let you all get promotions and enjoy your life. But the real enjoyment comes when you come to this third Saturday and listen to, for 45 minutes, listen to what these Sadgurus have mentioned. These Sadgurus mention directly, indirectly, sometimes they don't mention, sometimes they are so very, a lot of words, I don't want to become verbose. These Sadgurus will directly tell devotees the results of their endeavors, their job promotions, their next trip, and their health, conditions of their health down the road. All these things are possible. For instance, today is Datta Jayanti, and we had a small puja of Murti Sthapana at the host home. I am mentioning this because Dattatreya, so incarnations, there are 5 incarnations, but then 4 are very popularly spoken about. One is Sri Pada Sri Vallabha. Next is Sri Narsimha. After 300 years, he becomes Narsimha Saraswati. And after Narsimha Saraswati, he becomes another incarnation. And then after that, Prajnapur, that Swamiji is very popular, you all know. And after that, he tells Hanumanji and Hanuman that he would get into him as Sai, Sai spirit. And then I'll be meandering, saying Allah Malik. Right? Allah Malik. So that throws light on Shirdi Baba at Shirdi, right? Shirdi Baba is Allah Malik. Even tells what is Allah. So, the first reference made by Sri Pada Sri Vallabha, and therefore on this day, Sri Dattatreya is, it's in chapter 18. He says, 2 Brahmins who came with me were not having the courage to speak to Sri Sripada or touch his divine auspicious feet. Because Sri Sripada, Sri Charana was looking at them very intensely. And the person who brought, he is telling Sri Charana, the 2 persons who came with me, is it audible? The 2 persons who came with me are Brahmins. I am quoting from the book. Are Brahmins, and then they want to touch your feet and get your blessings. But then Sri Sripada very mischievously smiles at the person who is talking and says, these persons do not look like Brahmins. These persons look like Milechas. Milechas in this book means foreigners. These it refers to some other community, but I don't want any controversies. They are foreigners in India. That's what Sripada says, so that's why I don't want to vitiate the translation. And then they say, for that child, he says, my dear child, these people are not Brahmins. They appear to be foreigners eating the flesh of cows. Okay, we will question them. So on questioning, they say, no, we are not Brahmins, as told in this great book. Say we are not Brahmins, and then the 2 Brahmins confess they are Nilachas, they eat cow's flesh. And for that, Sri Sripada Sri Vallabha doesn't get angry, doesn't talk with mixed feelings. He directly says, don't touch my feet. It is not possible to sprinkle on you the sacred water from my kamandalu. He says that in between there is a lot of conversations that takes place. Krishna searched for Dharmashetra, and then the farmer who cut his head off of the son's head, and then blocked the water leakage. All these things are there. They are very relevant. They are choosing a Dharma Kshetra, Mahabharat battle, and therefore he says that and then say, such a holy land, very auspicious people, I have touched, they have come and touched me, therefore don't touch my feet. Okay, I can't sprinkle Kamandalu water. Immediately leave this place and go wherever you want. After saying this, those people are shocked. Because, for the first time they came to see, they are not testing Sripada Srivallabha. They came to see who this personage is. So many people are talking about him. Is he God or no God? At that point, he says, Sripada says, I will see to it that there is no dearth of food and clothing in your home. I will see to it, since you are eating cow's flesh, I will see to it that all your sons are born from the flesh of the, the chickens you cut the heads, and then the chickens that are dying at your hands, they will all become your sons and daughters, particularly sons. And they will eat all your money. They will take away all your money, and they will enjoy their lives, and you will be subject to hard labor. That is the punishment in this scripture they are saying for eating cow's flesh. In fact, a number of people in this great country of ours, United States, have stopped eating red meat. Some of you will profess to that. They both will profess to, because of the ill effects, the consequences of red meat on their heart, right? The very body itself of 5 elements, and these 5 elements don't agree with the red meat. The red meat tries to, do some bad consequences on them, and their lifespan is shortened. And he says the same thing, I'll leave you because you had the opportunity to see me, to get my blessings, because you could see me with your eyes. You both will be born as Bade Baba and Abdul Baba. I need not tell you who these persons are. In Sacharita, you all know that. So you will be born as these 2 people, and then there you will be getting, I'll be becoming at a town in Maharashtra called Shiladi. You will be with me as Abdul Baba and Bade Baba. In this Shiladi, you will be getting Shirdi Baba there, this says. For the first time on Datta Jayanti, which we performed briefly for 45 minutes, Sripada Srivallabha says that I will become Shirdi Baba. That's the reason I chose to talk from Sripada Srivallabha to Shirdi Baba for about 30 minutes or 45 minutes today. And he also says, my words are etched on rock. This cannot be changed by anybody. Particularly human beings don't have any say of what the Sadgurus say. So he becomes Shirdi Baba. A number of people used to ask me, Uncle, who are you, Uncle? I said, don't ask that question. I know who I am. Ask, who is Shirdi Baba? Who is Shirdi Baba? Shirdi Baba is none other than, on 3 great volume chapters, Sripada Srivallabha says, I will become Narasimha Saraswati, and then I will become Samartha Sadguru. There is another Sadguru, right? You all know? What's his name? Okay, you don't know. I'll talk about him. There's not much time today. So, he becomes a Shirdi Baba. It's a complete incarnation, he says. There's no other word to describe that. And then let's go to chapter 45 of the same book. There is a very interesting conversation between Lord Hanuman and who? Sripada Srivallabha. First was the Milechas, the foreigners, and by Sripada Srivallabha, so kind-hearted, and he doesn't want to this thing. Only thing is, all your money, your children will take away, but you will become Abdul Baba and Bade Baba. Abdul Baba is a very great historical figure after Shirdi Baba. He used to sit there in the Samadhi Mandir, and everybody used to go and consult. When is the date for my daughter's wedding? When will I get rid of her migraine headache? All these things, he used to take his notes, some page, and then the answer on some page. This is true. So many people have tested, they have given addresses, they have addressed to Sri Narasimha Swami, and he has written in books. Therefore, this Ram seed, the efficacy of Ram seed, he talks on that chapter 45. Hanuman says, my Lord, Ram seed is no doubt fiery seed. It's also a fact that I won the favor of fire god. He says that because he once swallowed sun, right? So he is a form of Agni, and then because he is a form of Agni, he could eat the sun god, and therefore the world, the universe became God, and then he let the sun god go. So, from the viewpoint of Atma, he says, I am you. Kindly tell in which form I should incarnate. So, Hanuman is asking, you are going to incarnate me and yourself in me as what? This is a very strange question. It's a very nice question for which Sripada Srivalabha says, you are born out of Hanumanji. He says, Hanuman. You are born out of Lord Shiva, right? Lord Shiva, even though your origin is Shiva, you became a devotee of Rama. That's another story as told in this book and several other scriptures. You became a devotee of Rama, and therefore you will start saying in Arabic language, Al means Shakti. Aha means the person who walks bearing that Shakti. Allah. Al means Shakti, okay? Shakti, and in fact, Allah means Allah Malik. He says in the third paragraph, he says, you will be meandering in Shirdi as Allah Malik, and therefore is a complete incarnation. He says, Allah Al is Shakti. In fact, it is the true Rupa of Shakti and Shiva, Lord Shiva. This is the first time. Many people who read this book, you will find this is the first time you come to know that what is mentioned here, what I'm yet to say the third and second paragraph. So, you are a combined form of Shiva and Shakti. All the time, you worshipped me as Janaki Vallabha, because Shripada Srivalabha was everything. All deities are within him. So, he says, you prayed to me as Janaki Vallabha, but then I am going to incarnate in you as Hanuman. I am going to get into you as Shakti. In that Shakti form, I will incarnate, and we both will become what? Complete incarnation of Sadguru, and you will be called Shirdi Baba, Shirdi Sai. But then he also calls, when Hanuman is having lots of questions because he is still having doubt, he says, Lord, I am your servant from the standpoint of physical body. The physical body, I am your servant, because you says, Allah Malik, I am going to say. So Allah is Shiva and Shakti, that is Shripada Srivalabha, and therefore Malik. I am going to be your servant. Your Malik means you are lead. You are the boss, Malik, right? Therefore, I am going to be your servant. But even though I am saying that, I am servant from the standpoint of view of my physical body only. My Atma is very different, you said. So, I will move chanting the words of Allah Malik, you said. So, from the view of Jivatma, I conduct myself in the form of a Guru with the spark of your divinity in me. Right? That's what, is it true, he says. For that, Sripada says, watch what I am going to say. He commands Kalapurusha. Kalapurusha comes in front of him. Om Sri Sai Kalatitaya Namaha. What is the meaning? I have told a million times. Kalatitaya Namaha means one who has conquered time. One who has conquered the evil effects of time. Kala Kalaya Namaha, Kalaya Namaha, Kalatitaya Namaha. That means you know that. So, I am going to, he tells Kalapurusha that this Hanumanji has surpassed even you, Kalapurusha, because Kalapurusha is a very powerful person. The God commands that column, time. Even though Lord Shiva controls the destruction of the time, Brahma creates time. I wish to grant him a union with me. Kalapurusha, take care. He wants to be with me. I want to take incarnation unto him and then go. So I am going to call him, go to Shiladi. I am going to call him today Sai Nada. He is giving a title of Nada, N-A-D-H-A. That is how he decided Sai Nada. Everybody says Shirdi Baba, Sai Nada. This was actually given by Sripada Srivalabha, okay? So he also declares in that chapter 45, I am going to declare this day as Datta Jayanti. In fact, you will be happy that you are all attending to this puja and lecture on Datta Jayanti day. In this week, somewhere, Datta Jayanti falls. That is why we did a Murti Sthapana in the host home. From 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock we did that. And what a coincidence, you hosts are very really blessed, and all those who saw the Murti Sthapana is doubly blessed. So he says that, and then transformed, and Hanumanji transforms as Datta Swarupa. When I am talking all these things from the scriptures, there is one thing that I want to drive home. These Sadgurus, when Shirdi Baba does, when he vanishes 3 days from the Masjid Mai, right? 3 days he goes there, Malsapati is carrying him as a so-called corpse. He is not dead. He says 3 days later I will come. Where is he going? Because he has one Kala Purusha completely vanquished, 3 days he goes into several lokas. In fact, he is none other than, just now this book proved briefly, that is none other than Sripad Srivallabha. Therefore he can go anywhere, and anywhere he goes, he can come back anywhere he wants to. And that's why he says in one chapter, my dear devotees, I can go cross 7 seas and see you wherever you are. You are calling me, I will come, and in some form I will be helping you. You need not see me. Some people will see me, like Professor Vishakant's story, right, 6 months ago. He sees actually Shirdi Baba is on the shelf, his Atma is sitting, and then Shirdi Baba is standing there. Professor Vishakant in Bangalore is a very famous story because it goes on and on and on for 4 or 5 chapters. All the 5 chapters I have told you. Like, when you come to believe these Sadgurus are none other than all the saints are one and the same. There are stories in Sai Satcharita proving that. One mango, one coconut is given on the way, the devotees eat. And then Baba is asking, where is the coconut my brother gave you? So all these stories are abounded in the Satcharita and other scriptures. But how do you come to know that these things are really, real stories? These things are happening. That is why I said in the email sent to you, the sweeping story is painted on a grand canvas of Dwarakamayi platform is so profound. It is so profound because it's helping you, it is serving you in your day-to-day struggle. Somebody who cannot do the IT job, he makes it easy to do the IT job because he sends somebody else out of the blue, and then that fellow, sometimes it's a supervisor, sometimes it's a newcomer. They don't take pity on you, they come and help you because there is a command from above, go and help that person. Let me come to Dr. Geeta Lahiri, MBBS, Yashoda Hospital, Malkapet. Is there a Malkapet in Hyderabad? Malakpet. Yeah, okay. Sorry for the pronunciation. I should learn more from Kavitaji. Yashoda Hospital. Yashoda Hospital is correct, right? Yashoda Hospital, a famous place. So this Geeta Lahiri is an MBBS, and she was very fond of one of the Dattatreya's Gurujis, who is living in Hyderabad and Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, everywhere. He's a very famous guru of the nth generation of Dattatreya. He's called a Datta Swami. She is also following Datta Swami, and then for several years of trouble, she got through the MBBS, became a doctor. In India, you become MBBS, and then you become a house surgeoncy, right? 2 years of house surgeoncy, correct me if I'm wrong, in India, and then you become a doctor. She became a doctor, and then the duty medical officer called her and said, hey, it's a COVID times, there are about 20 patients, we don't have a doctor today because the doctor doesn't want to expose herself to COVID, right? COVID-19 or COVID-23, so you better take care of the 20 patients. She just got out of the residency. She doesn't even know how to wear the coat. I mean, just to exaggerate, she's going there with a step in the opposite direction. She doesn't even know because second day on her job, first day she managed. Second day there are 20 people who are suffering from various kinds of issues, physical issues, and then she is walking through, and everybody is requesting for help. I need some water, I need some antibiotics, I need injection and all that. So that's the first job, that's the second day. One day of training, she is walking with the 20 patients either side, 10 each side, and she is walking. She doesn't know what to do. She was at some point, she was saying, but then she doesn't get threatened or doesn't become diffident about her MBBS degree or this thing. Because there is a Datta Swami in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, in Telangana, wherever. This Datta Swami has created several miracles. And she is following the Datta Swami. Can you hear me? I'm talking too soft today. This Datta Swami is very famous. There are lots of miracles If you just pray to him, it's like praying to Dattatreya. That's how people who speak Telugu all over the world believe. And this posting was done just about 2 weeks ago. No, December 2023. 2 weeks ago this posting came. I was attracted. She's walking there and she doesn't know. One patient is saying, my oxygen has come out. She has not dealt with oxygen tubes and all that. So she is just wondering, she is thinking of Datta Swami. Suddenly one doctor from the next ward, next floor is coming, maybe for a break. He comes there and then tells the doctor, what's her name? I don't know, Geeta. Dr. Geeta Lahiri says, that oxygen is not, come, I'll help you. I know you are new. She comes and reconnects the oxygen, and therefore she starts breathing. 5 more minutes, that lady, that patient would probably be gone. And then she walks and then thinking about Datta Swami. Remember, she keeps on thinking, this is a real job. This was posted about 2 weeks ago, December 1st week. And when she is going, some other person is gasping for breath, and then she is about to die, and then she is having, looks like a stroke. And then she was not trained in stroke. House surgeons, they don't get trained in every problem that human beings can go through. They just know the theory, they just show. These are all the things, this is how you, theory they know. This person is thinking of Datta Swami, Dr. Lahiri, keeps on thinking about him, please help me whenever I get any problem, please help me. You have helped me so many times during my MBBS course. So many subjects I just passed, I thought, but then I passed with a distinction. So she is very confident. The only thing perhaps she is confident is Datta Swami. She walks there and she is gasping. She is probably having a paralysis. She goes and looks at, thinks of Datta Swami, and then suddenly a nurse comes running, and then she is a very experienced nurse, RN. So she comes there and said, adjusts everything, and then says, Dr. Lahiri, I know this is the second day for you, but this is how you should manage. You just think of me. I'll come. I'm only here. I was taking my lunch. So she was dumbfounded. This is a real story. And incidentally, this is a real name because on the internet they tell the real name, right? Is it true? Real names. So Dr. Lahiri is dumbfounded and then says, she is taking notes feverishly. This is how you treat paralysis. This is how when the oxygen tube comes, blah, 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 blah. She goes there. She does all these things for about 3-4 weeks, 3.5 weeks. When suddenly when she is walking inside the ward, her BP goes down to 80/60. The doctors here know very well, 80/60. Our future doctors, about 3-4 of them sitting here, are going to become pediatrician, neurophysician, and general medicine, internal medicine. All these persons don't know 80/60 mmHg. It was exactly, she was reading. The nurse came. And then she was saying, there are 15 patients here, what can I do? The patient load actually says 4 of them are getting discharged, and the nurse RN says there are going to be only 10. Of the 10, a doctor came and discharged another 5, there are only 6 or 5 patients. So out of the 6 or 5 patients, the nurse says, I can take care of you, but you are the major, Dr. Lahiri. Gets a bed, and then 80/60, she gets treated. When she gets treated, some 2-3 doctors come from the other floor and say, who is your, this thing, any friends here? Where are the parents living and all that? She has, Dr. Lahiri has a friend called Trilokya. This Trilokya is a very good, she's not a doctor, but then she is a very famous friend, very close, and they all studied together in high school, till high schools, and then they branched out to, maybe Trilokya did, IT, and then Lahiri went to medical school, medical college. So she comes there, and then she's looking at her, and by the time the treatment goes on, her blood pressure becomes normal because Trilokya starts praying to Datta Swami. She knows Dr. Lahiri is very fond of Datta Swami. It's a real Swamiji. His picture is there on the internet, on Google, and then he's a very famous person. He's a true devotee of Dattatreya. True devotee of Sripad Srivallabha. Therefore, he is doing lots of miracles here, and therefore, she goes home. She takes holiday for leave for 1 week. In the 1 week, she keeps on thinking about Datta Swami. At the time, the superiors, she comes after 10 days to work. Her superiors come and say, you got to go through another house urgency, another 2 years. You don't know nothing. You don't know anything. and then they just criticize, and then Swami appears in front of her and say, take all these criticisms. Because unless you improve, these criticisms will improve your medical knowledge, your practical medical clinical operations you will understand, and then down the road you will not have any tough cases. In any case, no tough cases, because I am always with you. You all, my dear child, you always think of me. On November 23rd, which is last month, she's just talking about the last, since she got the MBBS degree, first week, second day, I told you. In November 23rd, when she was working in the hospital, her BP again went down to 80/60. 80/60 is very fond of Dr. Lahiri. So again, all these things are happening. She starts continuously vomiting. And then she is so weak, she falls and then loses her consciousness. Dr. Lahiri is nobody there. When she is losing consciousness, she thinks of Datta Swami. When she thinks of Datta Swami, suddenly Swami appears in the hospital ward. I mentioned the Yashoda hospital, right? He appears there and then just touches Dr. Lahiri, and then the other doctors come. There is another doctor falling on the floor. And then when the other doctors came, Dr. Datta Swami is standing there invisible, and then very soon the brothers and the father, mother, everybody is coming there, Dr. Lahiri's, and they all see her hale and hearty. So she says, this is another miracle because I wanted to see my parents before I die. In between, she philosophizes that what is the use of this world, what is the use of this great MBBS degree, what is the use of MD, what is the use of being a surgeon, internal medicine expert. So I have fallen sick, and then it's only Datta Swami who creates ambience, brings me back. Dr. Lahiri recently has gone through several more miracles, but in the meantime she has become a very efficient doctor. Because of the association with Datta Swami, and because she is very fond of Datta Swami and always prays, every time she is not doing a doctor's work, she prays to Datta Swami, and therefore everything comes her way. Listen to another simple story. It was posted about 4 months ago, August 2023, of Sri Surya and Srimati Bhagya. Like most of you, they were planning a trip to Amarnath. They were staying in somewhere in Punjab, and then from Punjab, they wanted to go to Delhi. They took Vande Bharat train. In India, there is a train called Vande Bharat train to Delhi to Andaura. It's somewhere off Delhi towards Amarnath. But then there were heavy floods, and on the way, the route to Amarnath, somewhere near Delhi, got terminated because train tracks got flooded. So in Chandigarh, nearest city is Chandigarh, they are in the train station. In India, it's called a railway station. In the train station, they are all sitting there, 15 people with 15 or 30 luggages. They don't know what to do. The train track is completely submerged. Very soon the floods might affect the train station itself. At the time, see, these two are great devotees of Sri Guru Datta, Jai Guru Datta, Dattatreya. I am bringing these stories because there is a connection between Sripal Srivallabha, Dattatreya and Shirdi Baba. I go meander, like Shirdi Baba himself would be meandering in his words. So I meander between these three Sadgurus and then mix and establish a connection. This is the best connection today. And they are all sitting in Chandigarh station, and then there is a message coming on the cell phone of one of the persons. She is called Sri Funny Sri. Sri Funny is having this thing, is getting continuously messages from Datta Swami. Datta Swami's picture is coming there. They are not contacting him. He says, I will take care of you and solve your present hurdles. His picture comes as Funny, Sri Funny. Yeah, I'll call him Funny Sri. He's getting bamboozled. Come on, this is coming up. So next message immediately comes, God will make a way for you. He did it before and He will do it again. He did it before several times. You are a great devotee. And I am going to do it again. I am the boatman in the world for you. His picture is coming below the third message. I am the boatman. You simply think about me. I'll handle you and your situation and you'll take care of your journey. This journey is going to be complete. You will go to Amarnath. You will go to Amarnath caves and then I'll bring you back. But then the helicopters above, flying above Chandigarh station says, you all get back home. You will not be able to make this trip to Amarnath. At that time, helicopter he looks at and then there's another message in a cell phone. Leave all your plans. Leave everything to me. I am your master. The master has a master plan for you. Lord knows everything about you and your plan. Surrender to God completely and seek His permanent address. That could be Amarnath or some other place. Seek His address in your heart, he said. And then the cell phone loses all the messages. They were all very stunned seeing this message with pictures. They didn't know Mrs. Bhagya and Surya. They don't know what to do at that situation because they are all hungry. All the 15 persons are so hungry, they didn't know what to do. Then suddenly the station master appears and then they take him to the railway lodge. There is a lodge usually in big stations, like Chandigarh is a big station, therefore. And 15 people are there and all their luggage gets transferred by its own. Meaning somebody from the station master's staff, they go and get all these things to the railway guest house. They are all Panishri and Surya and Bhagya. They are all wondering. Now there is no responsibility. Everything is with Datta. Sri Datta Swami, he is helping. This Datta Swami is very famous in Hyderabad and Andhra Pradesh and Telangana circles. So many people would have seen him, or if you have not seen him, next visit to India, which is, also known as Hyderabad. If you go to India anywhere, go to Hyderabad and see this Datta Swami. Just like Mysore, you go to Datta Peetam, right? See Ganapati Sachidananda Swami, well, you see that. See him and then you get his blessings. So next stop is Pahalgam. Now there is no helicopter, nothing. Their train comes here and then they monitor everybody's health and then they are on the train to Pahalgam. So again there is an announcement, a very serious landslide is occurring in Pahalgam to Amarnath caves. So they are saying that road is again getting stuck and therefore on top of the hill there is a Panjitrani as well as Pahalgam. They are all nearby small towns. So they go to Panjitrani. When they go to Panjitrani, their darshan of Amarnath shrine and other thing, they have got to walk. There is heavy landslide. When there is heavy landslide, there are no sledgers, there are no machines, there is no tractors to pave a way because it's all steep there near Amarnath and Panjitrani. And suddenly, the local town's mayor gets from no one knows, he gets all these tractors and all these cranes. Suddenly the road appears and then they get all these cars and then all these mule tracks and then horse buggies, everything, and everybody is going to Pahalgam. Pahalgam they go and then Amarnath Yatra is almost 85% complete. They go to Amarnath, have a very good darshan. They are placed in a hostel. They get very good food. They get excellent rest. And then it's all over. On the 16th of July, once again they have to get back. They are all now praying. By this time, they are all praying for the grace of Swami, Datta Swami. When they are praying, suddenly our friends who went there, Sri Surya and Srimati Bhagya, they start vomiting and then there is lots of stomach pain. They don't know what to do. Everybody is getting these bugs. Probably a doctor, no doctor is there. There is one doctor there in that group. He says it's all due to the bugs. It's all due to the bugs in the water. This water we don't know. We are drinking for the last 3 days. Everything is over and our Panishri, Sri Panishri is looking at the cell phone for some particular messages from Datta Swami. This is a real story in 4 months ago, August. So he is looking at this thing and there is no message. Absolutely no message and everybody is suffering. And suddenly Sri Surya gets a message. Sri Swami appears and then he gets a message that all of you will be leaving by helicopter tomorrow by 10 a.m. He says that and then he vanishes. So much of energy dissipated in his words, and then so many wants. They all get very good food, everything is nice, but then the route is still blocked. They don't know what to do. Next day morning, 9 o'clock, 2 helicopters come. The helicopters came from Chandigarh, thanks to Government of India, so this thing trying to, uh, save all these 15 people. So by Swami's grace, they get accommodated in each helicopter, and therefore on 15/7, they reach Chandigarh. This looks simple, simpler than Dr. Lahiri's story. But then the theme of the story is, your Sadguru will take care of you. That is the only theme. It's such a simple story in a satsang. But then the people, think of the people who underwent these things, right? Landslides, and then it's like in Sacharita, suddenly, the cart, bullock cart, suddenly one wheel goes down, there's a deep ravine, and then there is a tiger in front. We don't know what to do. So one fellow he shouts, Sri Sai, Om Sai, Sri Sai, Jai Jai Sai. He shouts, and two persons are pulling there. This is Sacharita story, right? And the tiger goes away on the side. There's a small track. When you say Sri Sai, the tiger goes away. Because the two bullocks are very, very afraid seeing a tiger's gleaming eyes. That's how it happened in Sacharita, real story. Here, they come back. When they come back, they come and see Datta Swami. And then when they see Datta Swami, they are very grateful. That always happens with Sadgurus. I have experienced similar hardships, and I come out of it. One of them, a hardship that happened for 3 seconds on an expressway. 2.5 seconds, I remember. When I was hit and it was going 90 degrees and then turns again 90 degrees, and Baba parks me on the shoulder. The cops who came to me after a good 30 minutes says, you got hit so violently and it is drizzling, and how did you park here? I said, who parked whom? Baba says the same thing. Who parked whose vehicle? Your vehicle? My vehicle got parked. By whom? By your Jesus Christ. And then the events that took place. I mentioned that because you are not worried. If you are dependent on any of the Sadguru's lineage, I mentioned 3 or 4, you shouldn't be afraid of anything. That is why Jaini said, please help me, free legal case. It's a very tough case. Jaini said there are free lawyers from the state of Austin, state of Texas. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to them. They went their way and then found some attorneys. She will charge. Attorneys' fees are, shall I say, worse than or more than? More than. More than medical doctors. Yeah, medical doctors. So attorneys are making tons and tons of money. But the gentleman from Goa, it's a different story. 2 gentlemen come from Goa and go to Dwarakamayi. I'm taking you from Datta Swami to the Shiladi, Sainath. 2 persons came, Shirdi Baba sitting there, and the 2 persons. One person is offering 15 rupees. The other person is offering 35 rupees. Is it okay? Is the time up, Srikanth, my host? I have some more time, right? I can talk about Shiladi, Gurunath. Says 15 rupees. Shirdi Baba takes his hand and then accepts the 15 rupees. Around them is everybody is there. Professor Nake and Dikshit, Namaste, Pradhan, Sham. So many people. Dev, Mamladar. So many people are sitting there. He takes the 15 rupees. The other gentleman from Goa gives 30 rupees. And then Baba says, I don't want 30 rupees from you. Very quizzical too. Everybody knows that Baba's ways are very uniquely different. So, nobody thinks about these things, but then Shama says, and he pinches Shirdi Baba's cheeks and then says, Baba, why this Deva, right? Deva, he says Deva, right? Deva, why this discrimination? Somebody gave 15, you accepted. His friend who has come with him is offering more money. You are discriminating, you are not accepting. Baba says, direct answer, This Masjid Mai, the mother of the Masjid Mai, will not accept everything. Loans, murder, and what is the other thing? Any loan, enmity, thank you. Loan, enmity, and murder will have to be paid for. He tells Shama, will have to be paid for. So, any loans you take, you have to give. This Masjid Mai knows exactly people whose debt she has to receive. She is the one who will show me the person from whom you will take money. No talking permitted. If you are talking, please go to the first floor. This is a big bungalow. Yeah, I am not harsh. I know how important this satsang is. Is it not important? Haima? Yeah, because she is just listening, meditating and listening. I am sure she is listening, meditating. That's a great thing. Meditating on Shirdi Baba and Datta. What happens is, Masjid Mai does not absolve anybody of these three things, right? And therefore, she knows this money 15, he is indebted for 15 rupees to Masjid Mai, and therefore Masjid Mai says, accept it, I am accepting. I don't have a family. Baba tells Shama, you know it very well, only too well. I don't have a family, I don't have a wife and children, I don't have a home, I don't have a bungalow to take care of, I don't have servants. Because I have you, says, you are my servant and best devotee, tells Shama. And therefore, why should I? I should not collect wealth. I should not accumulate wealth from anybody, and therefore I refused. This Masjid Mai didn't show my hand to her. She refused to take the 30 rupees from his friend who came also from Goa. Baba became very quizzical. Baba is very ununderstandable. You cannot understand Baba's language sometimes. Sometimes he says, oh, my head is bursting. I have severe pain in the spinal cord, lower back. And then I have not slept in the last 45 days. And then she will be looking, there will be a woman sitting there. Oh, that's my story, exactly. Baba, in a similar fashion, starts talking to Shama and all the others, particularly Shama. This gentleman was a very poor fellow. Baba is telling, this gentleman is a very poor fellow. He prayed to Dattatreya, actually. He prayed to Dattatreya. That's why in this story both are intermingling. He prayed to him, and then he said, when I get a job, I will pay the first month's salary to Dattatreya. He promised in his home in Goa. When he promised, he got a job. His first month's salary was 15. Baba is talking like as if he's Pagal ki tarah. Is just, everybody knows Baba is always like that. It's a very relevant story. Everyone knows it's relevant. But who is the persons involved? This fellow got 15 rupees first month salary, and then he also got several promotions in the next several years. His final salary was 700 rupees. In 1905, 1918, 1915, 700 rupees is something like you are getting 25k every month. Like Srimati Rajini getting $50,000 every week, weekly salary. 700 rupees he got, but then Rajini will remember, she has taken, this fellow never sent 15 rupees to Dattatreya. So Baba is talking, keeps on talking. He never gave me, and therefore when he came here to Masjid Mai, she asked me to take the 15 rupees. Even if he didn't give, I would have taken from his pocket 15 rupees. That is where he stops. He stops, and then he looks at the other fella. Right? Who is the other fellow? His friend. Right? Baba starts talking. I am very sad. He just abruptly leaves that story. He said, I am very sad. My own servant put a hole in the bedrooms, a wall from outside. And then from outside he put his hand into the safe I have in that room, and then took away 30,000 rupees, 30,000. In those days, I just now told what is 700 rupees. He took away 30,000 rupees. So he lost his life, entire life. It's about 10 janmas, money, right? So this 30,000 rupees, when he lost, said, I lost my life. He was, downcast. He was crying. He could not sleep. He could eat something, but he could not eat full. At that point, a fakir appeared in his dream. Baba is talking. At that point, fakir appeared in my dream. I said, He gave me the address of another fakir in Shirdi, and then go and see him. In the meantime, you start eating, leave all the worries to me. That fakir in the dream is telling that person who lost 30,000 rupees. So, you also, in the meantime, until you meet that fakir, leave one of your favorite food items. Favorite food items, probably he liked jangri very much. He liked probably the laddu that you are so fond of. So, leave that food until you see. And then at that point, the gentleman, Baba stops right there. Shama, idhar aao. ये दोनों को लेके जाओ खाने के लिए. So take this gentleman for a good lunch. Go take them to the canteen. So Shama obeys and then takes them. When they reach the canteen, when the food is served, they could not eat. They both start crying. The gentleman with Shama. Shama is asking, what's the matter with you? Why are you crying? One of them says, first gentleman, the story Baba said are exactly our stories. The same word, Hindi mein or Urdu mein or Angrezi mein, kya farak padta? Exactly my stories, these stories, and then he starts telling. I started making 15, and then very soon I got promotions, 7 promotions, 700 rupees. I completely forgot, and therefore I didn't even keep 15 rupees in a separate envelope to be given to the fakir. Said, right, you go to that fakir and give 15 rupees. I didn't do that. The other gentleman was also crying. Shama says, what is your story? And then he starts telling his story. My own Brahmin servant who was working with me for 17, 20 years, one day stole. I was sleeping, he put a hole in my thing and stole the entire money, which is 30,000 rupees. And the fakir appeared. He asked us to go to Shirdi and meet another fakir there. He will, when you meet, that fakir in the dream said, your problem will be solved. You will get the money back, and then he will also bless you to gather more wealth. At that point, Shama says, the story doesn't stop there. He says, we went to Goa port and then wanted to get a steamer. A steamer was standing there, and then the captain of the steamer came and said, there is no place here for you. There is no place, you wait for tomorrow's steamer. We will come back and take you. At that point, a servant came from inside the steamer, inside the boat, and then said, come on in. I have place. I have one room I vacated for you, my room. And then he went there, very luxurious room in the steamer. It was given to this gentleman. They both are there, both the gentlemen. And then he said, you can go there, and from there you can go take a tanga and then go to Shirdi. And then when they got in, all food and everything was given by the servant. They went there to the other side. From the other side, they have to take a train to the famous station there, right? Medak or whatever station. They have to go there. There is no ticket there. There is no place there. The station master came and said, you get in. I got a cabin there, you get in. And they both got in and then reached that particular junction. From there, they had to go to Rahata or whatever place, the river goes there, Godavari. That particular, what is the town called? I'm forgetting. Kopargaon. You go to Kopargaon, and from Kopargaon they go to Shirdi. At Shirdi, when they met Shirdi Baba, he confirmed that I came as all these things to help you, because I had to get you. And then when we got the Udi and left, again the same story. When we came back, the Brahmin servant for 17 years came and said, I am very sorry. He returned the entire 30,000 rupees. That is very strange, right? In these days, So this was about 1905, 1904. So he got the money back. So these two gentlemen became extraordinary devotees of Shirdi Baba. Now in your life, you lose some, you gain some, right? Kuch paya or kuch koya, right? How does it happen? Ours is not a story of gain all the time. For some time in 17 Janmas before, 1700 Janmas before, you did some mistake, and Lord Shiva would have, ignored all those things, given you good karma and all that. Until this Janma you are enjoying life, and suddenly there is a setback. That's because the bad karma, they choose to give it to you. And you are enjoying the effects of the bad karma some 700 Janmas before. That's what Lord Shiva does, along with other divine things. And therefore, these people come to know, that's what in my email says. It is time for you to know. I also say at times, Baba sees your pasture less green and then your posture completely broken. Your pasture has to be green, your posture has to be straight, right? That is why you come to this Sadgurus. I also said that is a time it becomes necessary to imbue yourself with the presence of Shirdi Sai. All these persons are doing it. For instance, Shama is not a big exception. Shama is the one who used to play, right? Touching his body, Baba's body and playing. Baba used to return the play. They used to be very, very close. Shama was very lucky, you think. When he was 4.5, 5 years old, he was overtaken. Shama was 4 years old. He was overtaken by a strange disease. The then doctors, Dhanvantaris and others in Shirdi village said, this boy will not be living for more than a week. So he was about to die. The mother, Shama's mother, who used to live in the same home, you all saw the home, right? In Shirdi, Shama's home. So he was living there, and then she said she used to pray to the Devi, Sapta Sharangini. There is a very big famous temple in Nashik, all right, in a place called, anybody the town's name? Town is called Vani. It's pretty close to Nashik district. So she prayed that if this child gets all right, Shama, I'll bring the child and lay him at your feet, and therefore please help me. And several years gone by, and she got all right within a week. Within 4 or 5 days, the boy was okay. Shama was, playing and kicking. And after about 4 or 5 years, her mother developed ringworms in her breast. And she prayed again, Shama's mother prayed against Saptashringi, because that is a family deity. And he prayed, please remove, let the ringworm subside. I'll give you 2 silver breasts. This is a practice in India, okay? Says 2 silver, any part of the body. 2 silver things, breasts, and therefore I'll give it to you. She got all right the very next day. 2 days later, there were no ringworms. Shama's mother was very happy. She also forgot. She forgot to tell Shama or Shama's older brother. Shama had an older brother. Both of them forgot. About 32 years later in Shirdi, a famous astrologer came. When the famous astrologer came, he remembered Shama. Shama went, and with Baba's permission, he went and saw him. He said, 35 years ago, your mother, I told you this, you had forgotten. You are a young man. Now you are a middle-aged man, and you have to make 2 silver breasts and give it to Devi, Saptaswarangi, in Vani. You have forgotten that. Please do it immediately. All the bad karmas will go. The astrologer also said, you are with Shirdi Baba. He is very, very aware of it, and therefore please do it immediately. He went to the nearby town and got the silver things ready, and he gave it to Shirdi Baba. Baba, bless this. You are none other than Saptashringi for us, and therefore please bless. Long ago, 32 years ago, my mother had taken a vow to produce these things. Also, Shama should go personally once, one vow. Baba said, I cannot accept this. You have to personally go to Vani and then give it to the Devi, Saptashringi. And therefore he goes there. In the meantime, the Archakar, the what do you call him? The priest of the temple, his name is Kakaji Vaidya. Kakaji Vaidya was going through ups and downs, lots of vicissitudes in his life. He couldn't get through. Every day one problem is added and he cannot live. His family is not giving him happiness. Therefore he is very, very worried, and then he prays to Vani's Devi, Saptashringi, saying, I have been praying to you for a number of years, and this is the condition you have put me in. Would you please tell me how to get some peace from you? Saptashringi is praying. That night she appeared in his dream, Kakaji Vaidya, priest dream, and says, go and see Baba. She disappears. Next day, he wakes up and then sees, okay, the Devi means, by Baba means only Trayambakeshwar. Trayambakeshwar is pretty close by, right? You went there to the town last time, Trayambakeshwar? No? You didn't go there? Okay, somebody went there. Trayambakeshwar is the things, and then he goes there for 1 week. 10 days he goes there. Every day his problems keep on increasing, and he didn't know what to do. He returns after 10 days, and then again appeals in the temple, his own temple where he is priest. He says, Deviji, Saptashringi, I went there to Triambakeshwar. None of the worries went by. In fact, it is redoubled. More worries have come. Would you please help me now? The Devi appears in his dream that night and says, by Baba, I didn't mean Triambakeshwar. By Baba, I meant Shirdi Baba at Shirdi. Shirdi Baba at Shirdi, and then she vanishes. He wakes up and he doesn't know where Shirdi is. In those days, not everybody knew Shirdi. In the early 1980s, 1990s, not many people knew Shirdi Baba, and therefore he is wondering. Now, these Sadgurus have this wonderful mannerism and wonderful way of arranging your chessboard of life. I've seen it so many times in so many lives, thousands of lives from my younger days. In this case, he wants to go and see Shirdi Baba, right? He didn't know where Shirdi is. At that time, his astrologer, he has sent an astrologer and pushing Shama to come to Saptashringi. So he comes here with silver breast and he meets with Kakaji Vaidya, and Vaidya expresses, I got to go to Shirdi. It is so nice, you are Baba's personal friend, you are here, and therefore the procedure about the silver breast and then the dakshina, everything is given to Saptashringi, and they both go to Shirdi. Shirdi Baba welcomes both of them, and that was his intention. Such things have happened in all your lives. When a particular job you have to get, you apply for 17 jobs or 7 jobs or 5 jobs, you won't get it. You will keep on getting rejected. When you want to shine in the music area, you go to Los Angeles, you see that playback singer, you see this singer, this musician, that musician. Nothing happens. You are wondering why all these things are not happening. You come to Shirdi Baba, like the lady in Guru Charitra, with the dead boy, right, with the dead son, comes to where? The Mutt in Ganagapur, and says, meets with Narasimha Saraswati, and you know the conversation. I will not leave this place. People are coming for the dead body from her village. He said, I won't give the dead body unless you give life to this son. You gave 2 sons, 1 son was taken away, and is this a play you are doing? She talks with Narasimha Saraswati. And then Narasimha Saraswati gets, sympathizes the case, is very, very kind-hearted, sympathizes the case, and then she says, okay, you sleep here with the dead body, and I'll give life to your son today. And in the dead of night, the son comes back, and that's the story, okay? Similarly, I told another story of a popular singer. She ought to become a Lata Mangeshkar in Hollywood. But she didn't. That shows only certain things will happen, certain times in the destiny has been noted in all your lives. In all your lives, no doubt about it, never even doubt me or Shirdi Baba. This is what is going on. If you keep coming to them, to the Sadgurus, and then keep praying, Baba, it hasn't happened. Datta Swami, this hasn't happened. Like Dr. Lahiri, every time they come there. Every time Shirdi Baba comes there. Every time Narasimha Saraswati comes there. Otherwise, how do you think Narasimha Saraswati came to my room for 41 minutes? I spoke with him. What a wonderful thing. Entire life story he told me. My entire life. Several things that would have happened at 45, I wish it could have happened at 25. No, it didn't happen. And what would happen at 65 will not happen at 45. Right? That is why these stories, Saptashringi stories of Shama's mother's vow, and also the other story, I told you to bring the details in front of you. The Shiladi village gradually became Shirdi. Bade Baba and Abdul Baba were popular in their own terms. Bade Baba used to give 35 rupees every day. Shama had to work 10 months to get that kind of money. 10 months as a teacher, morning till evening, toil and moil with children. You have to toil to bring them up. But Bade Baba used to get every day 35 rupees. 700 rupees, 35 rupees. Another manager used to get 3,000 rupees a month. He used to send cloth for coffee of Shirdi Baba. You all know that gentleman, manager of a mill. Famous family. Bade Baba became so famous. When the meals come, when somebody brings poli, it is Bade Baba who takes the first bite. Abdul Baba became very famous. Many people, even here in our generation, see Abdul Baba's picture sitting in Samadhi Mandir. They invariably think that is Shirdi Baba, because he had Baba's likeness. He had written in Urdu and his own language, which is Urdu. He wrote several pages and he used to predict from the pages. He used to solve all questions. He had a meeting with the Sivanation Swami, about which I spoke 1 year ago. Very, very famous Swamiji from South. He dedicated his life and he met with all these persons, Abdul Baba and others. They became friends. And Sivanation Swami also said how much Abdul Baba became popular. How much Shama became popular until he passed away at the age of 103. He was treated like a king by the Jaipur, Udaipur, Rajasthan families. These things occur to you, will occur to you. That is why I don't want to go into similar stories. Of course, the stories will get more serious, more elaborate. Let's do the puja. Please remember, you are seeing another new year. When the new year comes, get ready for the puja. When the new year comes, please dedicate more to whichever Sadguru you want to. If somebody is doing a Dwarakamayi Puja, if somebody is doing a Datta Jayanti Puja every month, if somebody is doing a Anaga Devi Puja, Anaga Lakshmi Puja in Kari Siddhi Hanuman Temple, if you like, go and attend. Because all these deities, male and female, they reside in Sripada Srivallabha. That is why he became Narasimha Saraswati. That is why he became the other avatar, and then he became Shirdi Baba. These are all very, very clear. Not only Allah Malik, several things that Sripada Srivallabha has done in Charitamrtam, Baba has done. I got several incidents, but 1 hour lecture you cannot bring it out. That is why I ask you, if you choose to come here, please come at 6:15. Why do you come late? Who asked you to come late? If you come late, you are hurting the devotees who come here at 4 o'clock, who come here at 5 o'clock. They even they talk with me, they tell me this thing at 5:30. 5 o'clock they come and say, otherwise they leave their purse. Right? Their purses will talk if they don't want to talk. Several times before they come, I tell them, this is your problem, come. That is your problem. So, come and identify yourself with this Sadguru, Shirdi Sai, Shirdi Baba, and get better and better. Get promotions in 2024, get prosperous, get very, very healthy. Don't have worries, don't reel under all this dejection, very poor thoughts. Always help your family, always help Dwarakamayi family members, and then try to bring them to the puja. We get people from devotees from Austin, from Houston, sometimes from Ellicott City. So, these are all people who are very dedicated to this mission. So, be one of them. Thank you so much, and we will do the puja right now. Ashtotra Namavali is a very famous Namavali. There is Namavali in Hindu scriptures for every deity. Dattatreya, and there is one in Siddhamangala Sosram that is almost like Namavali, is very powerful. Similarly is our Shirdi Ashtotra Sada Namavali. Om Sri Sai Nadaya Namaha. Sainadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Lakshmi Narayana Namaha. Om Sri Sai Krishna Rama Siva Maruti Yati Rupaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sesha Saine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Godavari Tata Shila Divasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Godavari Tata Shila Divasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Hridayalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Hridayavasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Budhavasaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Buddha Bhavishya Pava Varjitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kalatitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kala Kalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kala Darpa Damanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Mrityunjayaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amartyaya Namaha. Martya Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jivadaryaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvadaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavana Samarthaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavana Pradiknyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Annavastadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Arogya Shemadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Dhanamangalya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Riddhi Siddhidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Putra Mitra Kalatra Bandhudaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Yoga Shema Vahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Marga Bandhave Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakti Mukti Swarga Pavargadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Priti Vardhanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Antaryamine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sachidatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Nityanandaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramasugataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Swarupine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Swarupine Namaha. Jagadapitraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktanam Matru Datru Pitamahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Pitamahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Anugrahataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Paradinaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Anugraha Kataraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Saranagada Vatsalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Vairagyadaya Namaha. Bhakti Sakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prema Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samshaya Hridaya Daurbalya Papa Karma Vasana Chayakaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Hridaya Granthi Bedagaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Karmadvamsine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Karmadvamsine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sutta Sasvastidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Gunadita Gunatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ananta Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ananta Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jaine Namaha. Durdarsha Shobhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Aparajitaya Namaha. Trilekeshu Avigata Gataye Namaha. Asakyarahidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvasakti Murtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvasakti Murtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Swarupananda Namaha. Om Sri Sai Swarupa Sundaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sulokshanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhagiruba Vishwamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ashintaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvantaryamine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Manovagatitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prema Murtaye Namaha. Sulabhadurlabhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Anadanada Dina Bandhave Namaha. Om Sri Sai Punya Chravana Kirtanaya Namaha. Sarva Bharaptute Namaha. Om Sri Sai Akarmaneka Karma Sukarmine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Vasudevaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Tirthaya Namaha. Punya Chravana Kirtanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Satparayanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Loganadaya Namaha. Pavana Nagaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amrutamsave Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amrutamsave Namaha. Brahmacharya Tapasaryadi Suvrataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Yogeshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhagavate Namaha. Bhaktavatsalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Satpurushaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Purushottamaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Purushottamaya Namaha. Satyadattva Bodhagaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kamadi Sadvairi Dvamsine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Abhedanandanubhava Pradaya Namaha. Sama Sarvamata Sammataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sama Sarvamata Sammataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Sri Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Atpudananda Sharyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Atpudananda Saryaya Namaha. Prabannarthi Haraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvavid Sarvatomukaya Namaha. Sarvantar Bahistidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya 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 Namaha. Sarva Bhishta Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Shri Sai Samarasa Shanmartaka Sthapanaya Namaha. Samarasa Shanmarga Sthapanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samartha Sadguru Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samartha Sadguru Sai Nadaya Namaha. Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Raja Dhiraja Yogi Raja Parabrahma Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj ki Maharaj ki.
शिर्डी माझे पंढरपूर साई बाबा रमावर साई रमावर साई बाबा रमावर शुद्ध भक्ती चंद्रभागा भाव पुंडलिक जागा भाव पुंडलिक जागा याहू याहू अवघे जन करा बाबासी वंदन साईसी वंदन करा बाबासी वंदन गणू म्हणे बाबा साई धाव पाव माझे आई धाव पाव माझे आई.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः. ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ॐ साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ॐ साई नमो नमः श्री साई नमो नमः जय जय साई नमो नमः सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः
ॐ साई नमो नमः श्री साई